Hello, everybody. This is John Paval with the Saturday, December 6th live stream update for you. And we have such a full plate of live streams. I'm not going to be able to talk to you in any kind of depth about all of them or even any of them, but I will be able to tell you about some of them, give you a little bit of background, and then if you want more information, the thing you want to do is you want to go, if it's chamber music or a big stage production or what have you, you want to go look at our weekly roundups for more detail on that. And those are all up there on all the platforms where we regularly live stream. Before I go any further, let me remind you, if you're watching this on Facebook, please like the video. If you're watching this on any of our other platforms, we're so happy that so many of you like our videos. What we want you to do is follow and or subscribe to Access Arts Live, because we're giving you more than 1,000 live links to live performances every year, and you're going to miss out on them if you're not subscribed or following us. And on top of that, it helps our algorithm. So get with it, folks. We've got operas today. We've got choral works. We have early music. We have now music and more. Okay, the first thing I want to tell you is Vienna State Opera is live streaming Leos Janácek's The Maropulos Affair tonight at 7 o'clock in the evening European time. Hour and a half later European time, 3:30 in the afternoon in Brazil, the Sao Paulo Symphony is live streaming a sort of mixed concert version, somewhat acted version of Alban Berg's opera Wozzeck. So it's Czech Day in the opera world, and I will shortly be putting out a couple of separate clips on those two operas, as I want to do. No way to talk to you about all those actors and all that in this shorter format. So, and if you really love early music, get off of this live stream and head to March Vivo's YouTube channel, because right now, starting at about 45 minutes ago, Saturday, December 6th at noon, they're live streaming a concert called In a Patron's 18th Century Drawing Room. This is organized by Ana Hernandez Sanchez, who's a specialist in dramaturgy and performance, and the early music ensemble Anachronia, which is a viola da gamba, viola transverse flute, and violin, harpsichord, and Baroque viola. They're playing music by Martinez, Petzold, Haydn, Bach, Handel, Peter Heydrich's Happy Birthday, don't ask me why, Carl C.P.E. Bach, and Luigi Boccherini. So hurry up and get over there, and you may be in time for the Happy Birthday. How about that? Okay, then 2 o'clock this afternoon, in a little more than an hour from now, there are two symphonic concerts going on European time, early in the morning in the U.S. and terribly early in the morning on the West Coast in the U.S. First, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, European time, the Lahti Symphony Orchestra is holding an Independence Day concert for Finnish Independence Day. Finland is 108 years old now. It was first created as a separate nation right after World War I. Before that, it was a duchy under the Russian control. And before that, it was Swedish. And then the Swedes gave it to Russia, which is a long story. Anyway, and the city of Lahti is 120 years old. So that's Janne Nilsson is the conductor, the longtime concertmaster at Tapiola Sinfonietta. And there's a violinist in the solo who's Otto Antikainen or Kainen. He's only 26 years old, but he was a finalist in the International Sibelius competition in May. And the Lahti Symphony always invites the finalists like that to come in and play. They'll be doing Sibelius's Nocturne and Ballade from the Sweet King Christian II. They'll be doing his violin concerto, and that's where the young Otto Antikainen comes in. They'll be doing his Finlandia, and then they'll do Frederick Pacius's Mame. At the same time, if you don't want to celebrate Finland, what if you're a Brahms lover? At 2 o'clock this afternoon, the North Caucasian Phil is live streaming a concert of Brahms No. 2s, his piano concerto No. 2, which will be played by Dmitry Onyshenko, who is a Russian pianist who is known outside of Russia as well, and then Brahms' Symphony No. 2 with the conductor, the Maltese Alexei Galea Kavalatsi, who's the head guy there at the North Caucasian Phil. if you want Brahms. So you want finished, you want Brahms, I don't know. It's this afternoon, European time, and that means 8 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast, 5 o'clock in the morning on the West Coast, 1 o'clock late night tonight down under in Australia. Then, when we get into the evening European time and more watchable times in the U.S., Artbene is live streaming Rejoice, O Theotokos and Virgin Mary from the Roman Catholic Cathedral in Moscow at 6:30 in the evening European time, 12:30 on the East Coast, 9:30 in the morning on the West Coast, and 8:30 in the evening Moscow time. This will be a big concert. The organist is Ekaterina Spirkina from the Moscow Conservatory, and the choir is the State Academic Russian Choir, which used to be the Soviet Academic Russian Choir. It goes all the way back to 1936. One of the tops in Russia. They're exploring, well, December 8th is the Feast of the Immaculate Conception, but they may be celebrating it on the 6th in Russia, which because the Orthodox Church uses a different calendar. I don't know. But anyway, it's music honoring Mary, mostly from the Russian Orthodox tradition, but not exclusively. There'll be some Bach and Frescobaldi on the organ, and then music about Mary by Bortniansky, Tchaikovsky, Rachmaninoff, Schnitke, Sviridov, and others. Then we move into the evening performances, which will be competing with these operas free of charge, but I'll tell you about them anyway. If you're interested in early music, the Berlin Philharmonic is live streaming Jordi Savall, the Catalan performer and conductor, and he'll be doing 3 pieces. This will be at 7 o'clock in the evening, European time, 1 o'clock on the East Coast, 10 o'clock in the morning on the West Coast. It will cost you €9.90 because the Berlin Phil doesn't give it away for free. We give you the link for getting there anyway. He will be the principal thing on the bill is Mozart's Jupiter Symphony, which you could have heard last night on Stage Plus, and it also would have cost you €9.90. Anyway, he did a recording of it, and he's a historical performance expert, and so this is his debut with the Berlin Phil, although he's not Phil, but he's not a youngin'. So he chose to do Mozart Symphony Number 41, the Jupiter Symphony, for this concert. Adding to that, though, he's added on some Baroque, the overture to Jean-Philippe Rameau's opera Nais, and the suite from Christoph Willibald's Gluck's Don Juan ballet, also called Nais, and those were both composed in the mid 18th century, mid 1700s. So early music. Now, if you don't want early music, well, you can get very now music. Constellation Chicago is live streaming a day from the Catalytic Sound Festival. This is at 10 o'clock in the evening European time, 3 o'clock in the afternoon in Chicago, 4 o'clock on the East Coast, 1 o'clock on the West Coast, and 8 a.m. Sunday morning if you can handle catalytic sound down under in Australia. I don't know what it is more than this is very now music. This is the Catalytic Sound Festival, says it all. Check it out. It's free of charge. We'll give you the links. Constellation Chicago always asks you, though, to pay $10.36 for the artist in their live streams. But it's a request, not a requirement. And then finally, the Detroit Symphony will be under the baton of Nikolai Scheps-Znaider tonight at 8 o'clock on the East Coast, 5 o'clock on the West Coast, 2 o'clock in the morning here in Europe, and Sunday noon down under in places like Sydney and Melbourne, Australia. And Scheps-Znaider will be playing Brooks Violin Concerto No. 1 and conducting Brahms' Symphony No. 2. So Brahms' Symphony No. 2 is being done twice today. It's being done at 2 in the afternoon in the North Caucasus in Russia, and it's being done this evening in Detroit, Michigan. I don't know how these things happen, but they do. Who is Nikolai Scheps-Znaider? He's the music director and chief guy at the orchestra in Lyon. And he has been that for a number of years, and they've extended his contract beyond his 6th season to 26-27. So he's been around, and will continue to be around for the duration. He does a lot of guest conducting on the side, though. The New York Phil, the Oslo Phil. He has a long-standing relationship with the Chicago Symphony, and lately he's been doing a lot of opera conducting in places like in Denmark and Zurich and Dresden. Folks, that's what we have for you for today's live stream action, not including the information that I will be giving you as soon as I get organized. I will be doing a separate workup. I'll probably do them in one live stream, maybe in a half an hour or so, or maybe at like 1:30 to give me time to get ready. And this will be these two terrific live stream operas today. The first of them, the Vienna State Opera, doing Leos Janácek's the Maropulos Affair, or in Czech, Vec Maropulos, at 7 o'clock in the evening European time, 1 o'clock on the East Coast, 10 o'clock in the morning on the West Coast. And then the Sao Paulo Symphony doing Alban Berg's opera, Wozzeck, at 3:30 in Sao Paulo, 8:30 in the evening in Europe, 2:30 in the afternoon on the East Coast, 11:30 in the morning on the West Coast. And if you really love opera and want to get up that early, 6:30 in the morning down under in Melbourne and Sydney. And I think like 8:30 in the morning in places like Wellington, New Zealand, where they like opera as well. Folks, thanks for tuning into this. I hope this is useful to you, and one, some, more, or any of these live streams uplifts you, inspires you, or just gives you a heck of a good time. Don't forget, follow and or subscribe to Access Arts Live so you get these 1,000 live links to live streams that we put out every